What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition, the final edition of the Untitled NFL and Fantasy Football Show, presented by PopCulturePros.com. And I say that because it's up for a vote now. We are typically going to have three going forward on the show. But Dave is, chilling in Aruba, living it up in Aruba right now. So we'll debut the new name next week. We just put it up on the Pop Culture Pros group. So go ahead, head over there, and you can vote on the names. And of course, the Iron Man himself, Timmy Tabala. What's up, man? How's it going?
I have no life, so I'm here for everything. I'll do it all. I don't care. Midnights. I'll do midnight shows. I don't give a shit anymore. I'll just do it all. That's for Dave, and that's for Rodriguez. And the auto drafting team. I just want to get that out there. And unsportsmanlike conduct is winning right now. That poll, unsportsmanlike conduct.
It is.
So
I like it.
If you like that name, vote for it. If you don't, go vote for one of the other ones.
Yes, there's a few, including Tutties, which we're not going with Tut. I don't care if it won by a landslide.
What does that even mean?
That's what Peyton Manning calls touchdowns, Tutties.
Oh, Jesus.
When he's
when I first read, I thought it was Tootie, like from Goodfellas. I'm like, what is he watching? Goodfellas with Tootie? Like, what the hell is this?
That was Kyle, and in our league, and we'll get to all this stuff. But in the league that we're playing in right now, I remember what we talked about last week. I was playing two guys this week with an angry Aaron Rodgers, and then they both had Aaron Jones, 4 touchdowns, no big deal. And then the guy in the other league that I had also had Devontae Adams. So there went that. I thought it was just a 2 going in, and then here comes the light on Devontae Adams. Like, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I was far enough ahead of Kyle to get the victory, but couldn't do it in that other league. Fantasy football, man. So we'll start off with kind of like what we did last week. Go through some of the games. We'll skim some, and we'll talk in more detail about others. But first game of the week, and we'll just dive right into the Giants here. The football team beat the New York Giants 30-29. Timmy, the deck was stacked again. I'm not a homer or anything. We're not homers about this or anything. But the deck was kind of stacked. I mean, the phantom calls, the holding with Daniel Jones up the sideline. Daniel Jones? I don't know where he finished, but at one point he was like the 4th highest rushing yards leader for the week.
95 yards. 95 yards for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he had more. It was definitely through the 1 o'clock window. There's a whole bunch of guys that were running backs, and then of course the drop. So do you if you're a Giants fan, as we may or may not be, do you take any of that stuff as a positive move forward? What'd you see in Daniel Jones? Did you like anything more than what he's been doing? And
yeah, well, me. I get it being a homer. I get it. Yeah. But I'm not hard on the guy yet. Again, week 1, he made some bad mistakes. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to pretend he didn't. This one, I thought he looked a lot. But then again, it was the Redskins. I'm sorry, the football team.
Well, isn't that an elite defense coming in? Everybody was
as of right now. No, believe me, I got them as one of my fucking fantasy teams. They ain't nothing. They're nothing right now.
But going into the season, a lot of the talk was, well, the NFC East is going to come down to the best defense, which was the Redskins, versus the best offense, which was the Cowboys, and whichever unit was going to be better was going to move on. Cowboys put up 17 points last week, and the Redskins give up 29, and Daniel Jones throwing the ball over the place.
Yeah.
So you just don't know.
He was a player of the week for that one. I put it on the page. He looked very good. Again, but was it just because it was the Redskins? I don't know. Darius Slayton, I have never wanted to hug and then kick someone within a 5-minute period. That guy drives me insane. I thought the line was a lot better this week. Let's hope that's a good sign of they're getting better. But then again, we lost our captain, who, as I'm not trying not to be a homer, I didn't think he was all that great anyway, Nick Gates.
Yeah.
But you know what? He did the. He was doing the job. He was popular. He kept them together, so he's going to be missed now.
Big part of the chemistry. That's
Yeah,
the
big
big
part of
thing.
the company. Exactly, that's what it is. Uh, yeah, but you know what? When you have to have the referees call you and apologize for making a bad call,
Just don't do it.
but you got to do something about that. Give it. I know it sounds stupid, but that means we won the game.
Mhm.
We won the. Give us the goddamn win. Reverse the call. Do what you got to do. Oh, sorry. No, sorry doesn't help. Now you're 0-2. It
But
doesn't help.
what happens if that's a playoff game or the Super Bowl? Is the commissioner saying, "All right, hold up, time out, everybody stay where they are. We got to come back and
Yeah,
finish this because we got to get the right call." That's
it's
it.
ridiculous.
It's a divisional game. Yes, we talk about the NFC East and whatnot, but still, the fact remains it's a divisional game in a division that is a toss up. And until one team just sort of starts dominating, if that ever happens, because we waited for it to happen last year and it never did, then
And
that is what it is.
everything should be able to be challenged. I thought that should have been. It's not challengeable. Well, it should be. It's the end of the game. It's the last play of the game to decide the winner. That should be a challengeable offense. And then guess what? You challenge it. Oh no, we were wrong. That means field goal's no good. The Giants win the game. Thank
Done.
you. Done. But no, they get another shot, and the Redskins act like they won the goddamn Super Bowl. And guess what? You didn't win. You didn't win.
Yep.
So whatever. Let's just move on
It,
from
that's
It's
that's the
it's a
type
giant
of stuff
headache.
that's the type of stuff that just is a pain. And as soon as I saw the apology, I was like, you might as well just not have said anything because
Yeah.
that's you're gonna cause a riot in New York.
Well,
uh,
there's no way the Maras or the they were going to let that go without
no,
having that leak. They were going to have that leak no matter what. They want because
yeah,
they want people to get off Daniel Jones and the Giants just as much as anybody else does.
yeah.
So they're going to let that leak. That's for sure. There's no way they're going to hide the fact that the referees or whoever called to apologize for making a horrendous call. No way that's going to happen.
It's just awful, awful. Speaking of awful, the New York Jets played host to the Patriots. The Patriots have now won 11 straight games against the Jets. No surprise there. Did it shock you how awful Zach Wilson looked
No, not at all. He looks like a 17-year-old playing against 30-year-old men.
against the
Um,
Belichick
yeah, he looks. Yeah,
defense?
exactly. Um, on a side note, I think that fact that Sam Darnold's having a great year so far is hysterical. They gave up on him. So maybe
Yep.
it's not him, Jets. Maybe it's just you. I don't
You
know.
did you
But
did hire the worst NFL coach in the history of coaches.
exactly. I mean, I like your uniform change. I'll give you that. I like your helmets. But other than that, you guys are. I mean, thank God for the Jets, because we'd be the Jets if there were no Jets. So thank God for the
100%.
Jets.
And even like in our chat, producer Joe from the Put in the Book show, he said that they're going to combine for 7 wins, and the Giants will probably have 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
that
Hopefully, it gets better than
and
that.
he says thankful, congratulations to Sammy for going down there to Carolina, because it's a mess over there. And it's obviously it's his first couple of games, but I mean, when you throw 3 picks in 5 attempts, that's like, what the hell?
And that wasn't like, oh, this is tipped. Oh, this is this. No, he
right.
threw to the Patriots. Like, I'm going to throw that guy.
Exactly.
Why'd you throw to him? He
And
was open. I don't know.
in true New
It
York
was
media,
bad.
what's the first question? Were you seeing ghosts out there? Fantastic. It was great.
Listen, I know we break the Jets balls a lot. And, I've said this to you guys on Put It in the Books a couple of years ago. The Jets need this more than any other team. You need like an exorcism. You need like a complete. First of all, get your own stadium, or let us go get a real stadium in New York somewhere. I hate that stadium anyway. Let you got to get your own identity, get an exorcism, clean everything out, forget all that bullshit, and move on, because they're just really like a cursed franchise. No matter who they get, no
For
matter
sure.
what they do, they just cannot win. They just cannot put anything together. And it's shocking, actually. It really is.
And what was it? It was all the talk was, the Jets haven't had any bad quarterback play like this. 3 out of 5 since Mr. Butt Fumble.
Yeah.
he
And
did it
listen,
also.
before George or producer Joe or any Jet fans jump on my ass, this goes for all of New York sports. I'm telling you right now. New York sports is not good. They're, except for the Yankees. I know you hate to hear
Mhm.
that. And
No, it's
the
fact.
Giants, who've actually won something in the past 20, 30 years. The rest of the city is pathetic in every
Cursed.
single sport. The Knicks 73, the Jets 69, the Mets 86. The Islanders, yeah, you won four straight, but that was 40 years ago. Get over
Uh-huh.
it. And even
Yep.
the Rangers, my beloved Rangers, 1994, 1940. That's disgusting. It's
Yep.
disgusting.
Wait,
So
remember? I remember '94 thinking, this is going to be the turnaround. It's been all 54 years since last won a Stanley Cup. We're going to go on a roll. That's it.
no, that's it.
That'll do
We had
it.
our one shot, and that was the end of that. So no,
That'll do it.
I'm not getting on the Jets, but they need some kind of identity because it's like anytime anybody you bring in there just is terrible. And
It's a really rough situation.
giving up on Darnold when you could have either traded that pick for a massive amount of picks to fix your team was a huge mistake. I don't care what anybody says. Zach Wilson, if Zach Wilson turns out to be the quarterback, it's not going to be for 5-6 years. And then what are you going to, then by then all your stars you have now are going to be gone because they have a good offensive line.
They do.
They have two good tackles. Their defense is decent.
They need, the skill position players. Their number one wide receiver now is Patriots castoff, Berrios.
And they ruined Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell went there. Never heard from him again. Where is he now? He's gone.
He was not signed from the practice squad for the Ravens, a team that lost like their top 18 running backs, and he still
Yeah.
didn't. He still wasn't chosen for that. Michael Chapp. I like the YouTube interaction here. I really enjoy that.
And it's a Ranger
I
fan. Let's go Rangers.
Oh, look at that. Yes. So perfect. Right on cue. I don't know this. We're going to be doing our picks live on air today. We're doing an early in the week game here. So we're going to do our picks live. So to answer this question, he says Herbert or Lamar. Let me bring that up. A guy in my league has Mahomes and Lamar, so I might be able to get him. What do you guys think?
How does someone have Pat Mahomes and
I'm a
Lamar
little
Jackson?
confused.
That's
Is it a two quarterback league?
but that's
Guy in my league
bad.
has
Or is it bad drafting? Because who the hell let that go?
Oh no! What I think is happening is he has Herbert, and the other guy has Mahomes and Lamar, and he's gonna he wants to try and potentially trade for Lamar.
Okay.
Okay. So, but
Listen, Lamar Jackson, good quarterback. I don't think he's the hype that everyone says he is. I don't know, maybe it's bad drafting, but still, I don't think I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a points machine. How much? What did he put up this week?
he's always because it's he can do it with his legs, and he's like Kyler Murray, all these guys that can, which is the wave of the future, obviously. But he's always putting up 30 and 35, 38 points. And the thing with Lamar is that he can have a first half with 12 points, and then they just decide to they unleash him. Same, all these running quarterbacks. And then he just ends up with 38 points anyway.
I mean, fantasy wise, I would have to say Lamar,
Yeah.
just because,
Because
like you
he
said,
can do more,
and he doesn't have weapons. He makes weapons.
Yep.
That dude runs around till someone gets open.
Yep.
That team doesn't have a running back. Their receivers are suspect. I mean, I mean, if you asked me to pick a quarterback to quarterback my team, I'd probably go with Herbert, just for the future. Because Lamar's a little, like I said, he likes to fumble Baruski a little bit,
Yeah.
and he gets too in his head. Fantasy wise, I'm gonna go with Lamar because that dude's putting up, like you said, 35, 40 points.
100%. I agree. Yeah, and he's agreeing with you. Honestly, it's bad drafting. So, and he says I have Keenan, so that's why I really have Herbert, so I get points from both. Yeah, I mean, no, I know you like the double points. We all like the double points, but if you can get Lamar, then I think you do it. And especially, hey, this guy has Mahomes and Lamar. What a pig, man! What a pig.
Yeah.
I do in one league. I have, because I was a team that I took over, and the guy didn't have a great roster, so I thought I had to pick three keepers. So I kept both Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes. So I have Mahomes and Brady on my bench. So
Nice.
one will be traded at some point. But yeah. Zeke or Najee? Is this for this week or go forward? Who to start. But if
Well, who's
it's
playing who? Who's
if it's
playing who?
for if it's for the long haul, I don't know about Zeke. Pollard's really taking a bite and chunk out of his meal. If it's for this week only, you got. I know that the Cowboys are playing the Eagles on Monday night, and then the Steelers, who really screwed me out of some money, losing to the Raiders. Thanks, Big Ben. The Steelers are playing the Bengals.
Najee.
So if it's for this week only, it's
Najee.
Najee. If you're looking for go forward, I
I'll
also
go
think it's
Najee.
Najee.
I agree, 100%.
Because I got Pollard on my bench in one league, and he I mean, you just look at the screen and you can see he's the more explosive running back right now, and that brings a tiny smile to my face.
As much as I love Zeke, doesn't seem to sell. I mean, again, I'm not saying this is what it is, but he got his money, and it seems like he hasn't run the ball well since then. Actually, the year before that too. Even before he got his money, he wasn't running that well.
Right.
But he hasn't looked good the last couple of years. And Najee's out there, young, ready to go, about to prove himself. I would go him definitely, without a doubt.
And if something because Big Ben has a pec situation that he's dealing with. I don't know what side, if it's on his throwing side or if it's on his left side here. But if something were to happen to Big Ben, who's their backup? Dwayne Haskins. So my question is, why didn't they go and get, what was this guy's name from Jacksonville? Minshew. What the Eagles gave up like a 6th-round pick for him. You got Big Ben, who's 38 years old, and he looked 48.
He looks 48. Tom Brady looks 21.
Yes.
and Roethlisberger looks like he's 40, 50 years old already. It's ridiculous.
So, yeah. Let's get back to some of the comments here. Bruisin says, like, this is something that you wouldn't have thought about asking even before the season, but Daniel Jones over Herbert this week. I'm thinking it's just this week. Who are the Chargers playing this week? Chargers are playing the Chiefs. So I got Daniel Jones going against, and we've done this before. We've said Daniel Jones is going to go against this soft defense, and this will be it, and it just hasn't been. I still think you got to go early on in the season. Don't try and get cute. I think you go with the guy who you drafted. I think you go with the obvious better quarterback in Herbert.
And I agree. Also, the Chiefs' defense. They've given up 40 points a game the first two games. They have no defense right now. They got the Honey Badger out there sitting out by himself trying to win the game. That's it. And so as far as the game goes, I personally would also go Herbert. I'm with you.
All right, a couple more. Loving this interaction, guys, on YouTube. Should I trade Kamara and Higbee for Kelsey and T. Higgins? My running back stacked. I got Mixon and Najee. My tight end is Logan Thomas. I like Logan Thomas. Well, I don't know how Heineke, not to be confused with Heineken. The last cold beer in the house. I went opposite of whiskey today. So I do like Logan Thomas, but if you can then have Mixon and Najee and Higbee, Kelsey and Higgins, I like that. I know you're giving up Kamara, who was your 1st-round pick, but you're getting a 1st-round guy back in Kelsey, and you're upgrading Logan Thomas, obviously. With Kelsey, and T. Higgins has been fine this year. Especially in a PPR, he's put up like 16, 17 points. He's fine.
I got to agree with that. I know people trading Kamara probably sounds crazy, but if you have Mixon and Najee already, and you can get Kelsey's the way to go. Higgins is just like a bonus.
Yep.
Especially if you have Logan Thomas. Yeah, I would do that trade, man.
Yep, absolutely.
But again,
definitely.
Most of the bottom of the stream, don't blame us if it goes wrong.
And remember, it's always about roster construction. So if you're going to ask a question, give us the details like Kenny did there. Because, outside of that, I probably would say, why are we going that route? But you give us some context, it helps out. Let's get to some more of the week 2 stuff.
Wait, I'll wait,
That
one more thing,
that happened.
Bruisin.
Yeah,
Should I trade Debo for Mike Evans? I would say no for one reason, Bruisin. I'll tell you why. Tom Brady has so many weapons, so many weapons. It's no guarantee Mike Evans is getting those touchdowns every week. Debo, on the other hand, yeah, I think he's going to get
I feel like that's it.
a lot more catches, a lot more touchdowns, a lot more looks. Brady has 15 people to throw to,
Yep.
and he seems to be favoring Gronk this year. Is shocking.
Well, did you watch the Peyton and Eli show last night? I call it the Peyton and Eli, where he was getting on Gronk about breaking their record. He was like, "Yeah, I know, and I created that play. Nobody gave me credit. That was awesome."
Yeah. So you asking me personally? See, I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mike Evans is good, but when you have that many weapons and he's favoring Gronk, and he's also
it's a toss up.
What's the other guy's name? The guy who I have, the receiver,
Godwin.
No, those two guys seem to be the favorites this year so far, and Antonio Brown. Yeah. I'm just saying he has more weapons. I would have kept him. So try to get Mike Williams for him. I don't know.
You're gonna have your weeks where Evan's gonna get you 60 yards and that's it.
Oh yeah,
but then you're gonna have your weeks where Evans is gonna score 2 touchdowns with 125 yards. So all this stuff that you're bringing up here, Bruisin, is all a toss up. So I don't think
stand pat for now.
You go Mike Williams, yeah.
Yeah, I would stand pat for now, just for now.
All right, we'll get into this. Here's the Dolphins. It's just like, jeez.
I know you're enjoying it.
It's funny, but sports talk down here with Dan Le Batard is even more funny when this type of stuff happens. And then, the Dolphins head coach Brian Flores comes out and says, "Oh, we beat ourselves." Le Batard's like, "You didn't beat yourselves. The Bills put up 35. I could see if it was 17-14 and you shot yourself in the foot with some penalties. 35-0. That is not beating yourself. You got whooped by the Buffalo Bills." And if you didn't see this coming a mile away, it's they tanked week 1, laid a giant egg. They were not going to lose to the Dolphins. Tua gets hurt. Brissett comes in.
Brutal first quarter for. I mean, I was sitting here watching that game. I'm like, why are they not blocking these guys blitzing? They let all those guys roll right in there. And finally, he's gonna get hurt. He got smacked. I was like, holy shit, he's dead. I thought he was dead.
Yeah. But nothing's broken. They're not even talking about if he's playing or not this week. But if he's not, then you got Jacoby Brissett, who, people were saying, oh, he's going to come in and turn this around. No, didn't happen. Tony!
Hey, Tony. They played good for him, though. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was going to be 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. The way he was looking, I was like, we can shut this off. This is done. This game's over. But they made it a game, so good for the Dolphins on that front. But I said it last week. There's no way the Bills are losing that game.
There was no way.
Josh Allen didn't even play that well. He didn't even have 200 yards passing.
Which is scary.
Yeah,
it's scary.
That is scary.
It's scary for the Dolphins because the expectations coming into this year was that they were going to be attempting to get into. I mean, the top 3 in the AFC East is not tough to do right now, but try and compete for the division. But they're looking rough right now, and I mean, this guy with a drop touchdown and so
yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough one.
Siri just turned on me for some reason. It always happens.
But yeah, the Bills haven't even played their best football yet, which is kind of scary. So we'll see what's going to happen. But there was no way they were losing to the Dolphins. It just wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen.
No.
All right. So then that was Buffalo's largest shutout win since 1992. Man, put a whooping on them. Yeah. Jeez. I can't believe that's 30 years ago. What? How'd that happen? 49ers and Eagles. That was a boring game.
Snooze fest.
Snooze fest for sure. Here's a tidbit. If you want to go put some money down in Vegas, San Francisco has made the Super Bowl in each of the last 2 seasons in which they started 2-0. Here was an interesting one. The Rams, the Remalama Ding Dongs, as Timmy calls it. They head into Indianapolis, and it's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. And then your favorite quarterback somehow rolls both of his ankles. Both of his ankles.
Fragile.
That's a segment. We got to do that. That's got to be a segment on the show. We're going to call it Fragile.
Nice. I like it.
Man. But
Fragile player of the week.
yeah. We'll each bring one to discuss, and then we'll name one.
Nice. I like it. But I'll tell you something now. The Colts are the best 0-2 team out there right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very impressed with them. They just can't get over that last hump to get a victory. But yeah, they're actually playing very well.
Yeah, I mean, to hang with the Rams, even though the Rams are in your home territory, and with the quarterback that you have, and it's tough being an Indy fan. Also, I think Raiders and Steelers. The Raiders stole money from me this week. Man, Derek Carr is playing fantastic football right now. Their running back is not even playing. But they're getting the job done. Gruden is pissed off on the sideline every 2 seconds, as always. And did you hear him? The mic got too close to him, and he's just like, F this and F that.
By the way, I'm taking credit for Derek for David's car. Derek Carr. Derek Carr is good to start so far, because I said I am not impressed with him in the beginning of the year. I said I'm not impressed with him. I don't think he's that good. Thank you. He wants to shove it down my throat. So I think he's doing that for me. So you're welcome, Raiders fans.
These are the things that happen. This is what makes things special here.
It's your arch nemesis.
Oh my God, Bunker! What is he going to tell you? Come here, talk about the Patriots all hour. Raiders look good, and they get Miami this week. Look at first 8 games, could be 7-1.
Possibly.
That is some potential there, but they did screw me out of money this week. So I don't want to. Maybe it was more Big Ben that screwed me out of money this week. Next up, the Bears somehow got a victory. Burrow played like shit. He had 3 interceptions, I think. And even then, from a fantasy perspective, all their wide receivers are going to be doing well this year. They're going to be putting up points. The Bengals defense sucks. The Bears put up 20 points against that defense. But here comes Fields, another quarterback injury. What did we see enough of Fields to see if he's not to say that he's going to be a franchise quarterback, but really early on that he's serviceable?
Too early on. Too early to tell right now. He looked a little shaky.
He did.
But it's too early to tell right now. I said
this
week
was like,
5.
Holy crap, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. Well, remember, I predicted week 5
right
would be out, and so I'm late. So you know what? Good for him. Maybe he'll get the hang of it, get the swing of things, and he'll be all right. But he's a little shaky. He looked a little not too sure of himself off the bat. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Bunker says, okay, now the Patriots. You must be a stalker of Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons, my God, he does his show, and I swear it was like I used to do a show with somebody, and no matter what we discussed, at the time LeBron was with the Heat, LeBron would be brought up on every single show. Every single show.
I can't stand that.
Every single show. And that was at the time I really disliked LeBron. That was his Heat years. I liked him before, I liked him after, but we won't talk about that here. Who we got here? Bruisin. Should I start Shepard or Marvin Jones at flex? Who's Marvin Jones playing this week?
No, let me rephrase that. I don't like you being asked Giants questions. Because on one hand, I'm biased. On the other hand, I'm very hard on them. Very hard.
Yeah.
Like my head's saying right now, Marvin Jones, because Sterling Shepard's not going to catch a dick this week. But he has been the bright. He's been the bright spot in our dark receiving corps so far. Which we got to talk about in the other show. We got to talk about that too because we got a rookie who's running his mouth already, and I can't really blame him.
Yeah.
Usually I don't take sides with the loudmouth rookie, but I think in this case I'm going to take his side on that one. So, but we'll talk about that on We Stomped You Out.
We stomped you out, baby. Bunker said Denver. I don't know if I said so. The Jags are playing the Cardinals at home. Jags at home. Giants at home. Falcons and Cardinals. So who's got the better defense there? It's got to be the Cardinals, right? It's like a toss-up. And again, all of you who chose the Falcons to go deep and be in the playoffs, Matt Ryan looks older than Big Ben.
He looks. Now let me say, Matt Ryan's always looked old.
Yeah, he has. He's always been the old guy.
When he was 20, he looked like he was 50 already. So he really looks old. So, and he's playing like it too. Which it sucks, but it's true.
I'm going with Shepard, especially if it's PPR. Damn, going Shepard. Marvin Jones, you have the possibility of a big play. I'm going Shepard.
Shepard might have more catches, because he's the only one getting open right now. So,
well, right. and actually catching the ball.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Getting open and catching the ball. That's a good thing for a receiver.
It's a good combo. Texans and Browns. Isn't a Baker Mayfield scared the crap out of Cleveland? He goes out, and I thought it was the collarbone. Or the way that he was holding it, it was like the way Romo used to hold it every single time he broke his collarbone. But it was like his arm was like hanging. He was holding here. I thought for sure it was collarbone and the yeast was done. But they come back and or they don't come back. They handle that. Saints and Panthers was. There are some that are in the field of shocked, but then there's others that know Jameis Winston quite well. Yes. I think you were.
I picked the Panthers. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Saints."
Did you see
the Saints? Did you see?
You were the only one. You were the only one that picked the Panthers this week. Everybody else went with the Saints.
Right. Because I know Jameis Winston, people. Now this week he might throw for 5 touchdowns again. Yeah. But next week, nothing. The guy's garbage. So yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that pick.
That's very good. That's very well done. Yes.
Who did we have on? Was it Bert? Oh no, Jameis Winston. Oh, you see how good he? Oh, I was like, dude, Panthers are gonna win that game. Winston's gonna suck. So I'm proud of that pick. If I lose everything for the rest of the year, I'm proud of that one pick I just made.
Meanwhile, we got a homer in the in the crowd, but we'll get to that. Vikings again, missed field goal. Just like, what is happening? Poor coach, man. Jeez. My God.
The Vikings kickers are like Jets quarterbacks. Stop already. Just stop already.
And that meme for the Madden meme with the kicker with all the arrows pointing going this way.
Yeah.
It's
accurate, unfortunately.
Comical and sad. Comical for us, sad for Vikings fans. So Cardinals go 2-0. No surprise there. That NFC West is really going to be good this year. Falcons and Bucks. The Bucks, it felt like they were toying around with them, keeping them in the game, and then just like, nope, done. Brady has 4 or more touchdown passes in 4 straight games. It is the second longest since 1950. Let's catch up here. Bunker said Jameis versus Pat's defense. He's not throwing for nothing. He ain't throwing for nothing. Raul, what's up, man? Panthers will win on Thursday night game against Texans. I think so too, but that's spoiler alert for our picks in just a few minutes.
Stay tuned for our pick section, Raul.
Rico Beat says, Diggs, is that Michelle? Is that Sonny Michelle?
No, don't do that, Rico.
Confirm that first. And then I know.
Diggs and Michelle. You mean would you trade Diggs and Sony Michelle for Saquon Barkley? No.
Oh, Elijah Mitchell from the
Uh,
49ers, 49ers running back. So Diggs and the 49ers running back who if there's a running back crew, I know injuries and whatnot, but there's a running back crew that I trust slightly more than the Patriots have over the last 15 years or so, because you just don't know who to trust in that, and this is the same type of scenario. So you got Diggs, who is a stud wide receiver, Elijah, who is he's not proven himself yet, versus Saquon, who again, as he progresses during the year, I think he's going to get better and better. But Timmy, do you think do you think Saquon gets to where he balances out this or tips the scales in this one?
as a Giants fan, I still say no. We just don't know what he's doing. Again, the Giants can't run the ball. Period. I don't care who they got out there. You can get Barry Sanders behind that line. They're not running. They're just not running the ball right now. I do think Saquon's going to get better. He is going to have his probably. I hope he has a fucking 100-yard game eventually. But Diggs,
Who are your other wide receivers? And then we'll come back to it. But that's right there. It's tough. But if you have a solid wide receiving core, maybe. But I might still lean towards the no. Let's get through some more of these games here. Brady's already got 9 touchdown passes this year. He's gonna destroy the record. The record was done in less games. So I hope that I hope that if he gets 56 touchdowns this year, they don't say, "Oh, Brady broke the record." Come on, you gotta account for the extra game. It's not right. Titans and Seahawks can't figure out the Titans. They lose at home, get blown out. Did you pick the Seahawks? You did, right?
of course I did. Of course I did. You know I can't pick a Titans game. Listen, everybody
That's
out there,
great.
you watch this thing, no matter who I pick in a Titans game, the other team wins. It's just a guarantee. The
Hands
Titans
down.
screw me every single week. So
I started betting based on what Tim said. I did start betting the opposite, and it was we should have got a partnership there. That
I should have got 5% at least.
Yes.
It's going to be something.
All right, and I got Debo, Devontae Smith. Sorry for this, but I get Saquon and Mitchell, and I don't have Mitchell. Okay, so he's giving Diggs to get Saquon and Elijah Mitchell, and he's got Debo and Devontae Smith. That's I.
That's a rough one, dude.
Since it's who are your?
all I'm
I'm
saying
gonna
is
keep
right
on asking questions. Who are your other running backs?
Because, dude, I mean, I'm a Giants fan, but Saquon's not doing shit right now.
Yep.
They're not running, period. They can't run the ball.
If
So
if
I
he's
don't
got
know
some
if I would even
suspect
make that
running
deal.
backs, if he's got some suspect running backs, maybe just for the balance of it, because then you got Debo and Devontae Smith, Saquon, and Elijah Mitchell, and then he'll let us know. Darrell Henderson, who just hopefully he's not too hurt. James White and Tyson Williams. You know what? Based on that, you don't know what's going on with Darrell Henderson. James White is a toss-up. He's got Mahomes and Kelsey. Yeah, you know what? Based on your running backs, I think you do it. Because that's a definite upgrade.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Hate to see Diggs go, but you gotta keep that balance. The championship teams get the balance going. You don't have a guy who can put boom or bust type of guy. Like a James White. Although,
and Kelsey and Debo are going to put up some good points. So, yeah, yes. I would do it.
And
like that.
Because Kelsey is just like another wide receiver out there. So
yeah, that's all he is.
Yeah.
How is he always wide open?
Always.
Wide
and what I forgot to mention it. What happened to Kittle? He's like falling off a cliff.
I think Kyle put that up on the chat. He wrote, "Has anybody seen George Kittle?" I think he wrote.
Oh,
that.
did he? Yeah.
I think he did.
falling off the clip now, and gee, Waller is taking over as the number two. I mean, you might even say, with Waller getting 19 targets in the first week, that's a ton of volume.
Yeah.
Anytime, Rico, join us at each and every week. And there's Terzio. Terzio, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? Uh, Cowboys and Chargers was the Sunday, the latest in the afternoon window. You know how we feel about this, but the Cowboys tried with their fantastic head coach. They tried to lose this game. They tried to completely they did mismanage the clock. They just got, Greg the Leg had it in him, that kick, and they won the game. But
That's where we're better. That's why the Giants are better at the Cowboys at something. We know how to lose.
We do. We do.
when we try to lose, we lose.
Oh, we lose.
Cowboys try to hand those games away, but they don't seem to lose. We know how to lose.
So is it concerning that the Chargers were only able to muster 17 points against this Cowboys defense, or do you think they significantly tightened up to where the point is that they've gone from a really shitty defense to turning that around? Do you think?
You know what? I didn't think last year they were bad, but I think they made a couple good plays, especially with the rookie. What's his name?
That's for sure.
Micah. He's a great player. He's going to be a great player too. I mean, they lost Lawrence, which sucks.
I think he was the rookie of the week, actually.
Yeah. No, I think their defense is way improved than last year. So I'm not going to knock their defense.
Yeah.
But the Chargers. We talk about the Chargers every week too. They're that team. They're that team that should be putting up 50. They put up 10. Yep. That team that they're going to go 10-0. No, they're going to go 2-8.
The Chargers are never going to go 10-0. Yeah.
It's just what they do.
They're going to go exactly 2-8, and then they'll win 5 straight to be like, oh, the Chargers are back in the hunt.
Last game, wild card, here we come, and then they're going to lose that game too.
Yeah, and then Phillip Rivers comes in and throws an interception. That's the way it always happened. Great game for the Sunday night game. It was the Chiefs and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, it was his 9th career game with 100 passing yards and 100 rushing yards. Most since the 1950 season. And this is what you kind of talked about, Timmy, earlier on when you're talking about fantasy. Yeah, he's got wasn't lighting it up in the first half, but then he can do everything. He could be the top passer, obviously, and the top runner also in any given week. So back and forth game. It was a great Sunday night game. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I think I even put up in our chat, when you go to overtime with these two teams, I think you should put all the people on the sideline and just have Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson in a decathlon of insane events. Just insane, the most insane things you could think of. That should be overtime because that's who you're watching. Those two guys forget about it. They're trying to one up each other. It's almost like watching the Bird and Michael Jordan McDonald's commercial. I can do this. Well, I'm going to do this.
Off that,
well, I can do this, and I'm going to do it. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. But yeah, like I said, point wise, they're the two best at putting up points.
Yeah.
But Lamar Jackson, again, he's a little suspect for me when it comes to turnovers and decision making. And I don't think the Ravens are as good as that team. I mean, I think it was a lucky win. I'm just saying that. The Ravens got hurt. They got hurt bad at running back. Their defense really wasn't as good as everyone says it was. Not that the Chiefs have a good defense. They gave up 30-something points first 2 weeks.
Yep.
And the Tampa Bay proved if you can just stop, Mahomes, we're going to kick the shit out of you.
Oh, so yeah.
Tampa they better be careful.
Created the blueprint.
Yep. So they better be careful. But of course, it was an entertaining game. Anytime you got two teams going at it like that, it's fantastic.
Those are the games, right? Those are the games that it's like a heavyweight boxing match, and
especially when it's not your team, you don't have to panic. It's just like watching Ace. I love this. I want to see 65-64. That's what I want to see the final score to be. Because it's not your team, you don't care.
Not at all. And this week we got our loss out of the way early.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And Sunday was it was just peaceful, if you will. Besides the fantasy aspect, then the Monday night game was the Lions and the Packers. We knew that the Lions were going to be in trouble. If you were watching the Peyton and Eli broadcast, they had Pat McAfee on towards the end of the game, and it was obvious that he had money and probably a lot of it for the Packers to cover because the Lions had the ball. He was like, "We can't have a score here. We can't have a score here." I'm not saying why. I'm just a really big fan of the Packers right now.
And anybody, by the way, I'm sure I know Joe Brunker knows, Pat McAfee is one of the greatest things in wrestling right now. I know
Yeah.
you're saying what? He is one of the best announcers going in wrestling right now. He's hysterical. He's energetic. He says what he wants to say. He's definitely he's funny as hell on wrestling right now. He's one of the great additions.
He's got like 2,000 jobs now,
and he was a
all
good
over the
wrestler.
place.
He wrestled, and he was actually really good. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he had good matches last year, and he was actually really good. And but now he's on the mic. When guys come out, he jumps on the table. He's dancing with them and stuff.
I sent you that one, yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like, "Whoa, what's this?" I'm not used
Beyond
to imagine Michael Cole up on there dancing around.
Who would have thought a punter would have been so entertaining?
And some of the stories, that's what I loved. Some of the stories that they were telling about, and Eli was like, "Hey, how was that Thanksgiving dinner that you got invited to?" And Pat was like, "Oh, it was great." And Eli was like, "Well, I've never been invited. That's why I asked." I haven't seen the numbers yet, but it had to have gone up from the 800,000 that they did in week one. But phenomenal. I can't believe they're only going to do 10 of them. But they should do all of them. All right.
Just be the full-time announcers.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't even care about the other channel anymore.
I have no idea.
I'm watching.
I tried it. I went back to the main one, and it's just like same old, same old. I love what they're doing in Peyton or Manningville. All right, let's get to this week. This week in football.
Terzio, where's your fucking team at? Answer me that question. You talk shit every week.
We're playing the Red Sox,
and your team is fucking way worse than we are. Shut your mouth already.
You see what you did, Terzio? No, I don't know nothing to say.
I'm just saying every week, a wrestling show, a football show, he comes on and talks shit about the Yankees. Where are you? Where's your team, Terzio? Where are they? That's all I'm saying. Where are
We're
they?
hanging on by that.
But I don't go on the wrestling show and be like, the Mets fucking suck this week. I don't do it.
That.
I don't
would hurt
do
me.
it. It's called respect. It's called respect for my colleagues.
Yes. And Terzio, we've always said, you probably haven't heard us say it, but Timmy's our favorite Yankee fan. Timmy's always allowed on the show. Actually, Timmy, the opening that we do for the Put It in the Book show, you make an appearance there. I'm not sure if you saw it. The video that we have for it, where it's towards the end of it. I'm getting up pissed off because Keith made a stink face at if he ever watched Game of Thrones, and as I'm getting up, there you are, right over my left shoulder. You make an appearance. You're it.
That's good. Yeah, Terzio, you shouldn't be busting my balls because I am one of the good
Terzio.
ones. I am one of the good ones. I am one of, but I can turn on a dime.
He said, "Okay, cool."
And you don't want me to turn on a dime, Terzio. I'm just telling you now. You don't. Because you got to remember one thing. I'm surrounded by people like you. And I keep it all in. I live with Met people.
Don't let it come out.
I keep it like the Hulk. The Hulk doesn't want to come out. I keep them bottled up. You don't want me to come out. Oh, see, now look who's checking in. I see what you did. See what you did. See what you did now.
All right, so
she hears me yelling, and she wants to know why I'm yelling.
Terzio!
Why are you yelling about the Mets on a football show?
Look at that, see? You got an apology. Look at that.
All right, Terzio. We'll call it even. We'll call a treaty.
It's a virtual handshake. All right, so we're gonna do this live. We don't have any other picks from anybody else right now. We're gonna do live, baby.
Real quick, who did last week?
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, I want to know. I don't even know.
Let's do that.
I thought I had a good week.
Timmy, you went 12-4 last week.
Good rebound.
And you finished in a first place tie. I'll give you 3 guesses who it was.
Well, you said you had a bad week, right?
Awful week. Don't even. I'm not even in the conversation.
Kyle?
No.
Okay. I don't know that.
Eric's aunt.
No way.
Wait.
No way, Eric. Oh, come on. I was all guessing.
Eric.
Pure guessing.
Eric goes 12-4.
Wow,
The,
good for
the
him.
the the games that he missed. Let me see here. He missed of course, the homer pick. He picked the Eagles. He picked the Saints, just like everybody else besides Tim did. He had the Seahawks, which rightfully so, and he had the Chiefs. If the teams did, except for the Eagles and Saints, he could have had a 14-2 week. Holy crap!
That would have been shocking.
Terzio, we got the fantasy and the real life football firing up, but
Yeah, we're making our picks now, Frank. You can stick around.
yeah, is Terzio's a Jet fan, right? I think
You don't
I think
have
he's
to
a
go,
Jet fan.
Frank. You don't have
No.
to go.
Oh, I didn't see him. My ex-wife, I bet he or the current wife is playing good football. No, but I think it's the ex-wife. It's got to be an
No,
ex-wife.
mine's the icebox. So no. Sorry. Sorry. It won't happen.
Oh my god. More like fantasy sex with the ex-wife. There it is, Terzio. That was,
Frank, you're the Rodney Dangerfield of pop culture pros.
All right, let's get into our picks. Thursday night game. I can almost guarantee this is not going to be as good as last week's, and it still turned out shitty for Timmy and I. So first game up is the Panthers and the Texans. And you know what? Give me one moment here because I don't have the spread here. I'm a
Even
slacker.
though we don't use the spread. Well, then I'll just say real quick. I'm going with the Panthers, baby. You know I love my Panthers. Well, Christian McCaffrey is my number one guy, so on both of my teams. So yeah, Panthers all the way.
Yeah, and it's the Panthers are an 8-point favorite here, and it's the rookie quarterback that's coming into play for the Texans because their quarterback got injured too. So and that other guy can't be playing right now. So it's not a
rapey Raperton, allegedly.
27 time.
Yeah. I like to say innocent until proven guilty, but 27 times is, little.
That's
Bunk,
a
we
lot.
Want you to give your picks, Bunk. We want you to join in. You should have called in with us, Bunker.
Don't give him any ideas. Don't give him no ideas here. Who's what other guy, Terzio? Who's the other guy? All right.
Don't get jealous because other people are commenting.
Other
Frank.
people are. Who's the other guy in here?
We have other fans, Frank.
And Terzio, if you were able to see on Facebook all the comments from YouTube, you'd blow a gasket. There's a lot of stuff going on the YouTube channel too. So I'm going with the Panthers also here. Colts and the Titans here. The Titans are a 5.5-point favorite, and let's see what Timmy does this time around.
Where are they playing?
They're in Tennessee.
Oh my god! Is Wentz playing? Or is he out?
I think Wentz is going to be out. He rolled both ankles.
It doesn't matter who I pick in this game. The opposite is going to win. So I will just go with the home team.
I'm going to do the same thing.
I'm not going to say the name. I'm just going to say the home team.
Maybe that's it. That's it.
Home team.
Bunker calls Tennessee also. Next up, the Falcons. The team that's going to the playoffs, baby. All these experts chosen to go in, and I'm going to beat this dead horse every single week because I found that to be like, whoa, Falcons going. Yeah, Terzio, it's Pop Culture Pros on YouTube, and actually on that network on YouTube, you can watch all the shows. You don't have to worry about bouncing back and forth and whatnot. Bunker, a whole bunch of guys said that the Falcons were going to somehow make it in the playoffs. I even think that they talked about it on that final special that they did on ESPN. It was Falcons were going to be that seventh playoff team. Get out of here. All right. That being said, the Falcons are heading to play me and Timmy. New York Football Giants, and the Giants, because they're home, a 3-point favorite here. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
Well, I'm going with the Giants too, and for one specific reason, because it's Eli Manning Day. It's Eli Manning Day,
Who's gonna be in the house?
and I'm going.
Yeah.
So they better not freaking lose on Eli
Well,
Manning Day when I'm going to be in the stands. So I'm going with the Giants this week.
Bunker ruined it. He just ruined it. He picked the Giants. Bunker. Thanks a lot. Raul says the same thing. Giants will win on Eli jersey retirement day. That's gotta happen. All right, so that continues. The 1:00 games. 1:00 games go into the Midwest. The Chiefs welcoming in the Chargers. Chiefs are a 6.5 only a 6.5 point favorite against the Chargers at home. I'm going with the Chiefs. It's a bounce back. The Chargers just seem to be the Chargers, right?
And again, the Chiefs will, they'll put up 40, give up 30, but they'll still win. They'll still win that game. Yeah, I like the Chiefs too.
Chiefs by 14 plus, says Bunker.
Hey, it could happen. I wouldn't put anything past either team.
All right. The Bengals head to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. This might be based on it's close. It's 3.5 for the Steelers. I don't even want to pick the Steelers. I want to pick the Bengals just because I'm angry at the Steelers, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to go with the Steelers here.
Well, I'm mad at the Bengals. They screwed me last week, so I'm going to go with the Steelers also at home.
I'm not betting the Steelers. Not betting the Steelers anymore for the rest of the year.
Stay away from that shit show.
It was a parlay, man, and the only team that lost. I lost it on. I lost the whole parlay on them. Bears. The Bears head into Cleveland to play the Browns. The Browns are a 7-point favorite against the Bears. Heart wants the Bears to win. My mind says that the Browns are going to take this one.
Yep, I'm going with the East. Cleveland Brownies.
Not going to call him that.
Just for Dave and his Aruba.
Yes, he's chilling, man, in Aruba. Hope he's having some drinks for us and whatnot. What do we have next here? Still in the 1:00 window. The Ravens head to the Detroit Lions. Let's see the spread on this one.
11. Take a shot. Just taking a shot.
The heck of the Lions? Where's the Lions on this? We not
Do we want to acknowledge them anymore as a team?
No, I don't even see them on here. There we go. Ravens are an 8-point favorite on the road.
Yeah, I like the Ravens, big time.
For shout. We got Cleveland, Steelers, Cincy, an upset, says Bunker. What do we have here next? The Saints and the Patriots. This is the one that Bunker was talking about earlier. Let's see what the line is here. The Patriots are favored by 3 against the Jameis Winston-led Saints here. I'm going to go with the Patriots at home. Although, like you said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a 4-touchdown, 1-interception game out of Winston. And I also wouldn't be surprised if a 3 or 4 interception game from Winston.
It's true. But I don't think the Winston. I think he's just garbage. I'm going with the Patriots.
Pats and
My
Pats.
man, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, the new savior. Terzio says Pats. Terzio, no, I haven't seen that. Shoot that over to me, and I'll check it out later.
By the way, Bunker, I just want you to know Archie Manning is going to college, which means in a couple of years, Archie might beat Mac Jones in the Super Bowl. Just saying.
Oh.
Just saying. It's possible.
It's a tough one, Bunker. It's a tough one.
I think if that actually happened, I think New England would just totally destroy the Manning household.
That's why he wants to break Peyton's record so bad. Look at Bunker's upset now. He's like, get out of here with that. All right, so we got the Patriots there. Next game up, the Cardinals head cross country to play the Jags. Just seeing the line here, I'm going with the Cardinals. Let's see what the line
Same.
is 7.5. So, geez, this is not at least Vegas wise. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like
All
a
blowouts.
close. Yeah, right. All right, the football team, the
Ooh, Bunker's
Skins,
Bunker's
the
taking the
Redskins.
Jags.
Are you? Well, that's his new homer town. He's got to root for the home team now. All right, football team heads to Buffalo, uh, which I'm sure everybody has seen this already. Guy lights the table on fire, thinking he's McFoley. Table doesn't break. Man
Just
catches
burns.
fire.
Just burns.
What are you doing? But no, bunker. I could see that cross country game, trap game. I'm still gonna go with the Cardinals here. Buffalo's a 9-point favorite here against the football team from DC, formerly known as the Redskins. Is an easy one. We're going Buffalo here, right, Timmy?
I'm going hard Buffalo.
That's a
Hard. I want them
clean
to
sweep there.
destroy the red farmer, bluebird, whatever the fuck they're called, team this week.
Next up, look at the Broncos. Broncos start the season: Giants, Jags, and Jets. Giants or the Broncos this time they're home. They head to Denver to play the Jets here, and the Broncos are a 10.5-point favorite here. That could be a whole hell of a lot more against the Jets with that defense. Zach Wilson. I don't know what he's gonna do against the Broncos defense.
Yeah, I did. But you know what though? I'm going with Denver in this game definitely.
Yeah,
But they might be this year's Pittsburgh from last year. 12-0. We're
100%.
12-0. And then you play a couple real teams and goodbye. Downhill you go.
uh,
But this game at Broncos.
I want to see where can I do that at? Hold on 1 second here. Just because you mentioned it, let's go really quick through the schedule for the Broncos. They're 2-0. They go against the Jets. That's 3, right? Then they got the Ravens
3-1.
in Denver, maybe. So that's 3-1. Then the Broncos head to Pittsburgh.
That's a toss up.
I don't know. Might be a toss up. Could be.
I'll say 3-2 because they're going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you keep track of the record because I'm going to lose it. Then they got the Raiders, who are playing surprisingly well, but it is in Denver. Then they got the Browns.
I'll still say 3-3 at this point.
Yep. Then they got the Browns.
3-4.
Then they got Washington,
4-4.
Cowboys,
5-4. They're going to beat them.
Eagles
Yeah, 6-4.
in Denver. Then Chargers in Denver.
No, I actually like the Chargers in that one.
I think
7-5.
so too, maybe. Then they have the Chiefs in Kansas City.
7-6.
Then they got the Lions in Denver.
Oh, please, we don't even know that one.
Bengals in Denver.
Yeah, I think they'll beat the Bengals.
Then they had to the Raiders.
I already lost count where we are, but
I,
yeah,
I think you're at 8 or 9 wins.
9 and 7,
9?
right?
Well,
Yeah,
this
9.
year a little bit
At
different.
the Raiders
but
end,
then it's at the Raiders,
they're gonna lose.
and then they go to San Diego. Nope, they go to Los Angeles, play the Chargers.
No one goes to San Diego anymore.
No. Chargers, and then they close out in Denver against the Chiefs.
All right, so maybe they're good for maybe 10,
Yeah,
but
so
that's
might
probably not going to be good
10
enough to make a playoff.
10
Probably not
and
going to be good
7.
enough to make a playoff spot in the AFC.
That's nuts. And then here comes whatever the record's going to be from the NFC East.
I could see that too. Bunker 8 and 9. I could see it, but
Denver's
they
got
have
a
a good
wide
defense.
range.
They have a good defense.
Yep.
You just need a quarterback.
As soon as this decides to come back to me, we can continue here. All right, here we go. Dolphins, who have just and the Jets Broncos is the start of the 4 o'clock window. Dolphins head to Vegas to play the Raiders. the two teams have looked completely opposite. Going in opposite directions. I got the Raiders in this one. Let me check the line here.
Yeah, I like the Raiders too. Jacoby Brissett is not bringing this team to the promised land.
I don't.
Well, neither is Tua Tagovailoa, whatever the hell his name is. He's not doing it either. But you know what I noticed too, and I mentioned this too. I said, you notice how they played a lot harder when Tua was gone?
Yeah.
It might be one of those situations where like we don't like this guy. Not that they let him get hurt on purpose, but they played a lot harder for Brissett than they did Tua.
It felt that way. Or they just woke up,
Yeah.
one of the two.
Like, oh shit, we just got this guy killed. We better start blocking.
Yep. The Raiders are a 4-point favorite. I thought it was going to be maybe 5.5, but it's 4. But Raiders all around here. I see Viva Las Vegas in there. Terzio says 21-13 Raiders. Bunker has Raiders. All right, we're all in agreement here. Seahawks and the Vikings. What way are the Vikings going to figure out to lose this week? It's on the road, but I have the Seahawks here, Timmy.
Same. They're not happy about last week. They're not happy. I picked them to win over the Titans. That's why.
I'm going with the Seahawks, too. Seahawks are favored by 1. I'm not betting on this game. I say this now, and then I'm like, oh, look at this. This might actually work out. They'll be like, oh, why'd I do it?
Here comes that parlay again.
All right. Next up, the Bucks head to play the Rams in what's going to be a
good game.
Nice little game there.
Game of the week, probably.
The Bucks are. This was opposite yesterday. The Rams were favored by 1.5 yesterday. And now it has flipped around here, and the Bucks are a 1-point favorite on the road in Los Angeles.
This is a rough one,
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have to go with Tom and Gronk and every other weapon they got on that goddamn team.
How do you, Bunker? Listen, Brady's not looking ahead. He thinks looking ahead because the following week is the showdown. Following week is the Bucks heading to Foxborough. Oh man, that's gonna be something. That is gonna be something. Bunker has the. I've never called him James before. I don't know why that just happened there. Bunker's got him. Got the Rams. Terzio 28-24. But who Terzio?
I'm gonna go Bucks though. The Rams have looked a little shaky. They've won, but they looked a little shaky. And Tom Brady will take advantage of that. So that's why I like him.
It's tough anyway to go against Tom when he's not playing the Giants. But, with the running game is kind of up in the air. Sony Michel will be the lead back if this other guy can't go come Sunday. What do we have left here, Timmy? That's the last 4 o'clock game, the 4:25 game. Sunday night, the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, who's just, he's crumbling, can't play. Stupid Aaron Rodgers, angry Aaron Rodgers just screwed me out of a victory last night. But they had to, the team he grew up rooting for, San Francisco, with all the trade rumors that were going on, to play the 49ers. Who you got in this one, Timmy? I'm getting the line right now for you. San Francisco.
Green Bay is just a mess. They're just a mess. So I'm going to have to go to San Francisco.
I'm going to go with San Francisco as the home team. If it was in Green Bay, maybe thinking a little bit different. The 49ers are 3.5-point favorite here. At this stage, does Aaron Rodgers care to be angry Aaron Rodgers for any significant length of time, or just to kind of like, quiet down everybody and, relax?
I think in his mind, he still wants out.
Yep.
He thinks he can probably get out. Not that he's throwing the games, but I think he just wants out, and he's just miserable. And we know he's miserable. He's proven that he's miserable. So, where he's going to go, I have no idea. No idea. Knowing the Redskins, they'll throw up 35 first. They'll throw up 35 first rounders to get him. So, let him do that. Let him do that.
Well, actually, isn't it that he becomes a free agent after this year now? based on how
I
they
believe so.
restructured it. So that's it. They don't even have to.
Yeah, but it's the Redskins, so they'll throw up 35
Yeah.
first round picks to get him.
Let's see what Terzio says. Aaron Rodgers is miserable. That's why he looks like an unshaven old man. Yeah, he's looking rough, man. He's looking like the off season really did him in. It's like stressful,
Looked like he was
want to
living in a
leave,
cave.
jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You
All
know
right.
what? I would give Tom Brady all the goddamn, dude still looks 20. I guess that was when you marry a supermodel and, have all them rings. I guess, you don't age.
So Dan Lebitard he gets a lot of heat because the Atlanta Super Bowl, I think it was the Atlanta Super Bowl, right before, he said, Brady's getting old. He's looking old and stuff. So he gets it almost every week. Every single time Brady has a good game, he was like, "I was wrong. Okay, fine." And then he goes, "You know what's the worst part about this? He's had another damn Hall of Fame career since I made that comment."
It's true. It's very true. Every time they say his age,
hilarious.
I'm going, wow. Like, wow. You forget how old he is.
He said, "I will not even say the word." He said, I won't even say he won't be playing and doing well at the age of 50." He's like, "That's how old I am. Imagine me going out on a football field."
He wants to play until he's 48, I heard him say.
Yeah.
48.
Can you believe? If he wins the Super Bowl at 48 years old,
I can't even walk to the train without my knees hurting. This guy's playing NFL football.
Terzio says Aaron Rodgers looked like Steve the Schmoozer Summers. If you're not from New York, you don't know who Steve Summers is probably. But this must be in the Met game. Here's double play. Let's do it. Eagles and Cowboys, Monday Night Football. Two teams that we just don't like at all. Who you got here?
I hope they all get injured, but I'll have to go with the Cowgirls.
The girls from Dallas, they're a 4-point favorite. I'm gonna have to go with them also.
Yep, the girls.
Let's
Kyle's
see
girls.
Kyle's girls. Bunka has the Cowboys, and so does Terzio here. I do want to go real quick before we head on out. Just kind of run down some of the rankings this week for fantasy. And again, everybody out there, the questions were coming fast and furious earlier on, so keep those coming. Even if it's after, we'll reply in the comments. But I'm gonna do, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna do PPR rankings. Just kind of go through this, and I'm thinking next week maybe we should have our own rankings here. Daniel Jones is the 11th ranked quarterback for. It's not the Giants show, but he just caught my eye. He's ranked one behind Aaron Rodgers. One behind Aaron Rodgers this week. But just to kind of run it down, and this is the case now every single week. The top 6 quarterbacks, Timmy, are not from our childhood. This is
They're runners.
The brand new, the runners. Kyler Murray, who is like a magician out there, that he does. It seems like there's at least 1 or 2 plays a game where he's scrambling, he's running backwards, he's running to his left, throwing towards his right, and he makes the connection. But it's Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. Your top 6. You're at number 7. That's when you get into your pocket quarterbacks, and I don't know if you ever heard of this guy's name. Is Tom Brady. He's the number 7
That's
out
my
there.
quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Who's your quarterback in our league?
Tom Brady.
Thomas Brady. So he's number 7, and I have Russell Wilson. So he's number 4 at Minnesota. And Brady, that's pretty high. I thought he was going to be a little bit lower than that, just considering that he's playing that defense. But still, it's Tom Brady. So I guess you can never go against the great almighty Tom Brady. For running backs, you got it's the same type of McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry, your top 3. Kamara and Eckler. Najee Harris is number 6. Brady's the only guy I know. Oh, so Terzio, you got to get back into the football realm here, Terzio. You got Barkley coming in at number 12 against Atlanta, and so when they do these rankings, it's kind of like when we do our top 10 list. So for Pop Culture Pros, which coming up soon, we'll get it up this week and probably do a show on it next week. The top 10 flicks that start with the letter S. Feel like Sesame Street with the letter S. And the show shall be brought to you by the letter S. Yeah, and then you got your Jonathan Taylors and Zeke coming in at number 13, and so it's gonna be there's gonna be some big decisions go forward when you got Zeke and then you got Tony Pollard on there too. Wide receivers, Odell Beckham used to be top 5 every single week, right, Timmy? Fragile, player of the week.
I'm glad we got rid of him.
So it's just some interesting Devontae Adams who beat me. Tyler Lockett has been locked in, no pun intended. But that's just what they do out there. DeAndre Hopkins and Stephon Diggs. Cooper Kupp has been unbelievable. Just saying, Stafford hasn't had a solid wide receiving core in how long? And he certainly never had a defense.
In my other league, I have Stafford, but my brother-in-law who I played this week has Kupp. So it was a washout. It was a washout. I was like, God damn it.
All right, the tight end, which is always what I look at because tight end is the one. If you don't have Kelsey or Waller or even now Gronk or Hawkinson or that's where it kind of or Andrews. But then I'm not trusting Kittle these days just because he's just not been doing it. I mean, you're still putting him out there. You're not going to put a backup tight end in for him, but you're not expecting the same 20, 25 fantasy points from a George Kittle as you've kind of grown to love. How you loving? Speaking of loving, how you loving Kyle Pitts so far?
I don't know. I'm hoping this isn't his coming out week. That's for damn sure.
No, you're not. Not this week.
Not this special fan. I'm hoping he's not coming out this week.
Oh! I thought you said I hope it is.
Oh,
no.
No.
Reverse jinx.
I hope he catches one pass this week and it's for nothing. That's what I hope. Yeah, ask me next week.
Oh no, you know what you want.
Ask me that question.
You want 10 catches for like 40 yards, no touchdowns.
Yeah,
if it's a PPR league, because then that's 14 points. That's all good.
That's fine.
And then you get into so that's your top 8 is Kyle Pitts, and then you go even Logan Thomas. These guys. When you're getting down to Taylor Heineke's and whatnot, they look for the check down, which is one of the potential names that you can vote on if you go to the Pop Culture Pros group. Go vote, man. And then you got your Higbees and Jared Cooks and all those. That's where it all gets bunched up. And Evan Ingram is ranked right now 21st out of all, behind Juwan Johnson, Tyler Conklin, Austin Hoop. This guy was supposed to be, we know what he was supposed to be. And there's actually somebody who didn't even rank him, and I don't even like that guy, Eric Carabell. He's a dweeb. I haven't used that word in forever. Okay, so that's the way the fantasy stuff is kind of shaken out so far. You pay attention. Wednesday practices, Thursday practices, which Gronk never participates in. He said yesterday on the Peyton and Eli show. But he does participate on or he doesn't participate in red zone. That's what he said. I don't participate in red zone. I don't need practice in the red zone.
Must be nice. Must be nice to have that pull.
Right, Timmy. Who? What are you calling out as the game of the week here?
Oh, what are we talking about?
Not a ton of options this week. We're talking the real life NFL.
What were we talking before? Rams and who are we talking?
Bucks and Rams.
Well, yeah, Bucks and Rams. That's got to be it. I don't see another game even matching up to that. You might get your other games with 9-8, 9-7. Giants might be 10-9 for all we know. But as far as good, solid football game, yeah, I think the Rams and the Bucks are going to be the game of the watch.
And it'll be interesting to see how the the way the offense played yesterday with the Packers. If now you gotta say, do you believe the offense from week 1 or do you believe the offense from week 2? It'll be interesting to see if the 49ers can kind of slow them down after they went on this roll last night. So Bucks and Rams for me is the game of the week, with the Packers and 49ers with this potential sneak in there as real close. All right, Timmy, let's put a bit old ribbon on this bad boy here. You have any final thoughts? You're gonna get a fantasy victory this week. That's what I.
Jesus Christ, I hope so.
Who are you playing this week? Let's see what we got here.
I don't even know who I'm playing.
Let's do that real quick. So
I might have to make a deal. So I'm not getting over that hump. I'm losing by like one player. Like that's how it's been going on.
You got a matchup this week, my friend. You have the Stugatz Army, head coached by Mr. Kyle Arango. Your favorite to win, 163 to 154. It's Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. We'll see. The East rising. They are going to play third and schlong. Eddie 0-2, heading to, though he is favored. Ed's got Dak Prescott in both leagues. I'm in with him. And in the other league, he's got Hurts as his backup. He's got a quarterback from the Cowgirls and the Eagles.
It sucks. That's what I hate about fantasy. You got to root for these idiots. It's the worst feeling in the world. Yay, Redskin defense! Yay! It's like, ugh. I want to score 40 points on them.
Hell yeah! And then I've got the Crushers who have. He's projected to beat me. He's got Lamar Jackson, and he's got Delvin Cook. He's got DJ Metcalf. I got Russell Wilson and Kelly. We'll see what happens there.
Well, I know Kyle threw a trade at me today.
Oh, did he?
And I wanted to laugh at him.
Oh,
I don't remember what the trade was, but what was this? I don't know if I can dig it up real quick. But while I'm looking for that real quick, I'll answer Raul's question. Raul, Sunday, we're going to do Just Too Sweet when I get home from the Giants game. We're going to talk Dark Side of the Ring because that's a huge controversy going on right now. And we're going to do a pre-show for the Extreme Rules. So make sure you watch that.
That plane ride episode is really it's gone mainstream. It's all over the place.
You got people getting fired. You got people getting suspended. WWE took away Ric Flair's shit off their website.
I can't. So, what the hell? Come on.
It's gotten that bad. Where the hell is this now?
Bunker takes a shot at A to Z on the way out. Woo.
Oh, he wants me to give him Jamar Chase for Tyler Higbee. Exactly. I was like, that's insulting to my intelligence. It's like no. No. I didn't even answer him no yet. Just no. Makes no sense.
Terzio's still on board with WWE.
Oh, taking a shot at Eric. All right, James.
Maybe they could take it. Yeah.
Wait,
Terzio says your final thought is Mets are going to beat the Red Sox.
Listen, I always root against the Red Sox, no matter who it is. So yes, let's go Mets for the next 3 games.
I rooted for the Yankees against the Braves.
Wait, I'm taking a picture of Bunker's comment. I'm going to send it to Eric right now.
Right. Oh, live and the antagonizer. Yes,
that's right. Got to do it. So Sunday, Just Too Sweet. Right before when I get home from the Giants game, we're going to do a pre-show for Extreme Rules and talk about that episode because it's insane how much that's blowing up right now.
Yeah, I'll try and watch it. I'll join you for that part of the conversation. If
I had to take notes. That's how bad it was. I had a whole page of notes. That's how controversial that episode was. So I'm ready for that too.
So there's a tie-in between wrestling and the '86 Mets. The plane. They both had a plane ride. Both had an infamous plane ride. Yes. All right. So Timmy, close us out here. Any closing remarks? Brian Hom sucks. That's me.
Brian Hom always sucks. But please Giants, please. I'm going to be there. It's Eli Day. Please give us a win. Please give us. I'll take a 3-2 win. Get a safety. I don't care. Get us a win, please. Thank you. That's all I have.
Speaking of safety, did you think that was a safety in the Seahawks? When
I think I've seen that.
Oh, okay. So it was in overtime, and Russell Wilson was in his own end zone. There was a big to do about when the whistle was blown, and it should have been a safety, which in overtime ends a game. You know, you can win by 2 points in overtime. That wasn't called. They wound up losing anyway, which is why it wasn't made more of a big deal, I think. But if the Seahawks would have come out victorious, that would have been another one. That would have been another one where NFL. So sorry, guys. Nothing I can do, but we're sorry.
I missed that, but I know one thing: DeMarcus Lawrence was not offsides.
No
Giants should be
way.
1-1 right now. 1-1 right
And
now.
the holding, come on. And Slayton, catch the damn ball, please. We're not even talking about that kind of stuff. Slayton, just catch the damn ball.
Exactly.
All right. So that'll do it for us. Obviously, we keep you posted on what's going on in the world of the NFL and fantasy football throughout the week in the Pop Culture Pros group. Go vote on what this podcast show should be called. And we're going to start using that next week when Dave makes his illustrious return from Aruba, sipping on cocktails out there. Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. Timmy, thanks for joining, as always.
Of course.
Love talking football. Love football season. And we'll do it more next week. We'll catch you later, everybody.